Good morning again. I'm Maurice Barratt. I've got another study for us, and this lockdown study is called What About the Rapture? There's so much talk about the rapture with this pandemic and what's happening to the world. Christians believe that Jesus could come any time. And there's nothing to fulfill of all the prophecies now. Jesus could come any time, so get ready. Well, I've got news for you. Don't think that you'll be raptured before any persecution. It just isn't true. And it's a fact, because we're already in a sort of persecution. When Christians can't meet together unless they wear a mask, when they can't hug each other, when they can't sing praises to God. Some Christians have not been and had fellowship for over 12 months. That's a sort of persecution. And when they do go, they're not free. I went to a funeral service and everyone had a mask on. And they couldn't sing and greet each other. They couldn't hug the people who were bereaving. Now, surely that's some sort of persecution. I know it's general, it's not just the church, but nevertheless, there's tribulation, there's persecution. Well, what about the Christians under communism? They were tortured. They were killed. They were persecuted. They weren't raptured. So why do we think that Christians won't go through any persecution? There's persecution now in China. It's been stepping up. And people are being arrested and persecuted because they're Christians and not getting good jobs, etc., etc. That's persecution. So why do Christians think that we won't go through problems? They've not read the Bible. They've listened to preachers who've told them lies. You know, I think many Christians only think of their own skin. They're worried about their own safety. That's why they're frightened and want the rapture. They don't realise they've been called to suffer for Christ. I did a vlog a few weeks ago about suffering, but just to remind you, I'll read 3 scriptures. Romans 8:17. If we're children, then heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ. Wonderful. But it's not the end of the sentence. There's a comma. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be glorified together. So if you want the rapture, you want to be glorified and get the glorified body, the condition is that you suffer with him. 1 Corinthians 4:12. We labour. Paul talking, working with our own hands, being reviled we bless, being persecuted we suffer it. So they weren't raptured before persecution, were they? Philippians 1:29. For unto you it is given in the behalf of Christ, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake. Well, Christians all believe on Jesus, so do a lot of non-Christians. They believe that Jesus lived and died and rose from the dead. But they're not willing to suffer for him. You see, it's not enough to believe on Christ. You've also got to suffer for his sake. So it says, well, if you believe I'm wrong and you believe what I think of the false prophets telling you the rapture could happen any time and the church won't go through any tribulation, I have a challenge for you. Why are you living in this world and planning for it? Why are you planning your future? Why are you spending most of your money on indulgences in this world? The truth to me is that most Christians wouldn't want Christ to come when things are going well, when you're prospering, when you're healthy, when everything's doing wonderful. Why would you want Jesus to come? Well, who'd want Jesus to come? If you're going on an exotic holiday for the first time in your life, you'd want Jesus to come after you'd come back. You wouldn't want to miss your holiday. Who'd want Jesus to come? The very day that you were getting married, when you're a Christian, you've kept yourself celibate, and now you're going to consummate your marriage for the first time. You're looking forward to your honeymoon with great delight. Would you want Jesus to come just before the honeymoon? I don't think so. Most Christians are living for this world. Who'd want Jesus to come if the husband had just spent £20,000 or $20,000 on a brand new kitchen? Surely you want to cook your husband an egg or a breakfast before Jesus comes. See, we've got to get real. We're not living for the rapture. We're not living for heaven. We're living on this earth. I think most Christians see the rapture. Those who believe it will not go through persecution. I believe that it's an escape route. I believe that when persecution comes, they think, don't worry, we'll get out of it. They're not looking forward to the rapture to be the bride of Christ. They're looking for the rapture to escape persecution. Think about it and be honest with yourself. You know, if they thought they were going to be the bride of Christ and Jesus could come any time, why aren't they preparing themselves? Well, they've been beguiled. It's a sign of the last days. 2 Corinthians 11, 2 and 3, Paul says this, I'm jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for I espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that's in Christ. We've lost that simplicity. We've lost that romance and looking and longing to be the bride of Christ. We're living for this world, and the rapture will be our escape. Well, the great Paul, in a way, Paul talked about it. I'm sure we're in that. Paul says 2 Thessalonians 2:3, and he's talking about the coming of the Lord and our gathering together unto him. Don't let anyone deceive you. That day shall not come, except there's a first a falling away, and the man of sin is revealed. Well, I can see the falling away, but I don't know who the man of sin is. So Jesus will not come till the man of sin is revealed. So if you looking for the rapture, you must know the man of sin. And I want you to email me and let me know, because I don't know who the man of sin is. I've not seen him manifest yet. If you have, let me know. So I'll leave you with a word from Revelation. I'm sure I've provoked enough thought. Revelation 7:14. I know Revelation can be interpreted to suit your own doctrines and to fit things where you want, but I'll just leave you with it. And I said unto him, who are these? Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. So whoever they are, they've been through great tribulation. And I've shown you there's enough scriptures to show that we must go through persecution and suffering. Well, think about what I've said. Be challenged and get honest and be real with yourself and see how you think about the rapture, whether it's an escape route or you're longing to be with Christ. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you for the next vlog. God bless you.